Mr. Secretary, will you commit to sharing the protocols used for the autism study with Congress and to the public?
They're public.
Will you commit to giving it to this committee by the end of the week?
No, not because
you commit to
that's
give it-
not the way it works.
Will you
don't
commit-
even know what you're talking about.
Mr. Secretary, will you commit to sharing the protocols for the study by the end of the month?
We already have
You
put
just said
out,
it's public.
we put out the notice of funding opportunities, and then the scientists from
What
all over the world.
You're not understanding me. Let me
No,
speak
you're
clearly
not
again.
understanding how the world works.
Do you understand what the protocols
Senator-
are? Do you understand what they are?
The scientists who are doing the studies submit the protocol.
Okay, so you know
That's
what
not
they
coming
are.
from
Okay,
us.
so will you commit to sharing those protocols with this committee?
Well, anybody can get a hold of the protocol. It's published with the study.
Right. That was a very stressful, tense exchange, but what they were talking about was actually really important. So to de-stress, we're going to dissect it outside here in my garden with this tiny little snuggle one named Franklin. So what they're talking about was the study protocols for this giant autism study that they were planning on doing. And what the senator is asking is for the protocol to be released in advance. And what RFK is saying is that's not how science works. The protocol will be released when we publish the study. And actually, he said a few other kind of contradictory things, so let's just focus on those two for now, because it'll make it a little simpler. So why is the senator asking for the study protocol in advance? What people are concerned may happen is that they're going to mine a giant data set for statistically significant correlations that are actually spurious, results that are showing up purely by chance and not due to an actual effect. And this concept it's known as p-hacking, and it's kind of confusing even to graduate students. So to make it a little simpler, I want you to imagine an example with dice. Say your hypothesis is that a pair of dice is loaded. It's going to favor snake eyes more often than not. And say to do that experiment, to show it, you rolled dice a bunch of times, but you only took pictures of the snake eyes. You didn't say how many times you rolled the dice, and you didn't show the rest of the results. You only took pictures of the snake eyes. And then you said, hey, this showed snake eyes 7 times. Oh my gosh, it's loaded. Now, a reasonable person would say, yeah, but how many times did you roll the dice? It very well could be that they rolled it a normal number of times and snake eyes came up a normal amount of times, but they only showed you the results they wanted you to see. That same thing can happen with data analysis, where they run the analysis one way and it doesn't show the result they like. So then they run it a slightly different way and it doesn't show the result they like. And then they run it a slightly different way and finally they find a result they like, but they don't tell you about those first couple of versions that they did. They only tell you about the version that showed the result they like. And what can happen? What can happen is then that's the only version of the study analysis methods that they publish in the paper, was the version that showed the result that they wanted, and they don't show the prior versions. So if you publish the study protocol in advance, that eliminates that possibility because they've already said up front what they're going to do, and they don't have a chance to change it if it doesn't show a result that they want it to show. So that's why this is particularly concerning, that he's refusing to share the study protocol, and it makes this study kind of suspect that it may end up being cherry-picked results and spurious correlations that don't actually reflect the truth. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, yes, you're so good.